बैठ गया السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد باب صلة ذي الرحم المشرك والهدية عن نافع رحمه الله عن ابن عمر رضي الله عنه رأى عمر رضي الله عنه حلة سيراء فقال يا رسول الله لو اشتريت هذه فلبستها يوم الجمعة وللوفود إذا أتوك فقال يا عمر إنما يلبس هذه من لا خلاق له ثم أهدي للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم منها حلل فأهدى إلى عمر منها حلة فجاء عمر رضي الله عنه إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال يا رسول الله بعثت إلي هذه وقد سمعتك قلت فيها ما قلت قال إني لم أهدها لك لتلبسها إنما أهديتها إليك لتبيعها أو لتكسوها فأهداها عمر رضي الله عنه لأخ له من أمه مشرك. So this is the chapter regarding being kind to the relatives who are non-Muslims and sending them gifts. So before all the chapters we're reading that being kind to our relatives and sending them gifts, they were regarding the Muslim relatives and sending gifts to our Muslim relatives. But now in this chapter, we'll be learning another rule, and that is, should we be kind to our non-Muslim relatives? Someone that are not in Islam, kafir, mushrik, should we be kind to those relatives? And should we be giving gifts to those relatives also or no? So this hadith that Imam Bukhari rahimahullah is bringing is proving this ruling that even non-Muslims, we should be kind to them. If they're relatives, they're relatives. Now we don't look at Muslim or non-Muslims. If they are your relatives, then we need to be kind to our relatives, whether they are non-Muslims. Imagine being kind to our relatives that are Muslims. How much emphasis there is to those relatives. So being kind to our relatives that are non-Muslims and sending those relatives the gifts also, non-Muslim relatives. It is permissible, and in fact it is encouraged. And in this hadith, there is an incident mentioned, and it's a famous incident. I think this incident came before too, and that is Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu. He says that my father, Umar radiallahu anhu, saw some silk dresses. You know, we already know silk dress is not permissible for men to wear. It's haram. It's permissible for women. They can wear silk, but for men, it's not permissible. So Umar radiallahu anhu, at this time, he did not know the ruling. Of course, in those days, the rulings were not, everyone did not know all the rules. It was just starting. The different rulings were coming day by day. So Umar radiallahu anhu saw a silk dress, so he said, Ya Rasulullah, why don't you buy this dress so you can wear this for Jumu'ah, and you can wear this when different allegations and different groups will come visit you. And why did Umar radiallahu anhu suggest Prophet ﷺ to buy? Of course, he did not know the ruling that it was not allowed for the men to wear. The scholars mention that just by this sentence here, that Umar radiallahu anhu suggesting Prophet ﷺ to buy this dress and wear this for two things. One is for Jumu'ah, and the other when the groups come to visit you. Scholars mention that we can learn one thing from this, and that is that whenever a person meets other people, he's going to a gathering, especially for Jumu'ah, large gathering, Eid, celebration, nikah ceremonies or weddings, and there's people gathering. Whenever there's a gathering of people, we should be dressed in a good dress. We should have a nice, one of the best dresses that we have, we should wear in those places, in those occasions. We're going to meet someone honorable, someone respectful. Some people are visiting us, and at those places we should be wearing good dresses. So that's what we can learn from here. That Umar radiallahu anhu is suggesting that on the day of Jumu'ah and when the groups come to visit you, wear this dress. So this is a sunnah that we can learn. Prophet ﷺ used to wear nice dress upon visiting people, and especially when people would come to visit him. Another thing that we learn is that silk is not permissible for men to wear, but it is permissible for women to wear. So Prophet ﷺ responded to Umar radiallahu anhu, Ya Umar, innama yalbasu hadhihi man la khalaqa lahu. That this type of dress, only those who will not have any share in akhirah can wear this in this dunya. So meaning the ones that are not getting any reward, the non-Muslims, they can wear this in the dunya, but for those who will get something in akhirah, the Muslims, they cannot wear this dress. ثم أهدي للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم منها حلل. This incident took place and they moved forward, they moved on with their life. Sometime later, either the next day, some days later, sometime after, Prophet ﷺ was given those dresses as a gift. He did not purchase them at that time. He did not want them. Later on, someone gave them as a gift. When Prophet ﷺ received these dresses, and other narration mentions that there were 3 dresses that he received. And then he distributed those dresses to different people. One of those dresses he gave it to Umar radiallahu anhu himself. فَأَهْدَى إِلَى عُمَرَ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُ مِنْهَا حُلَّةً. One of those dresses he gave it to Umar radiallahu anhu as a gift. He gave it to him as a gift. Remember, we'll learn one more ruling here. That when someone receives a gift, what should he do with that gift? Right? Umar radiallahu anhu was being given a dress as a gift. فَجَاءَ عُمَرَ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُ إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال يا رسول الله بعثت إلي هذه وقد سمعتك قلت فيها ما قلت. Umar radiallahu anhu then comes to Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم and says, Ya Rasulullah, you sent one of those dresses to me, whereas you had mentioned before, whatever you had mentioned, that Muslims are not allowed to wear it. You already told me that before, so why did you send it to me? So Umar radiallahu anhu, he thought what we normally think. What is that? That when someone sends you a gift, we have to use it. We can't give it to others, right? This is what normally we think, that someone gives us a gift, and that person, when he gives a gift, he gives it with this in mind that, no, you keep it, don't give it to anyone else. So Umar radiallahu anhu thought the same, that Prophet ﷺ, you gave it to me, and you told me that I can't wear it, so what should I do now? So he's confused. So he's asking that, Ya Rasulullah, you told me that we can't wear it, why did you send it to me? Now we will learn what a person should do with a gift he receives. What should he do? قال إني لم أهدها لك لتلبسها إنما أهديتها إليك لتبيعها أو لتكسوها. I did not give it to you as a gift so you can wear it. I rather gave it to you as a gift so you may sell it, or you may give it to someone else to wear it. We learn 2 things that we can do with a gift. Not necessarily just one option. We have 3 options with a gift that we receive. Either we can use it if it was permissible for us to use. Number 2, sell it. Yes, you're allowed to sell a gift that you receive. This is a misconception people will have, that, oh, he sold a gift I gave him. I gave him a book, or I gave him a bag, or I gave him a car, and he gave it to someone else. There's nothing wrong. Prophet ﷺ is giving this instruction, and this is a gift that's given by Prophet ﷺ. Imagine how blessed this is. Even then, Prophet ﷺ is telling him that even if you receive a gift from me, you can still sell it if you like. Right? This is the second option. If you use it yourself, if it was permissible, if you cannot use it, not permissible, then you may sell it to someone. And number 3 option is give it to someone else as a gift. You don't have to sell it. Pass it on as a gift to someone else. So 3 options that we can do with a gift, not just one option. So then Umar radiallahu anhu, what did he do out of the 3 options? The first one is out of the question. He cannot wear it himself. So now 2 options are left. Sell it or gift it and give it as a gift. What did he choose? فَأَهْدَاهَا عُمَرَ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُ لِأَخٍ لَهُ مِنْ أُمِّهِ مُشْرِكٍ. That Umar radiallahu anhu then gave it as a gift to his mushrik brother, his non-Muslim brother. And this is the point Imam Bukhari rahimahullah is focusing here, and that is that we are allowed to give a gift to non-Muslim relatives. Give it to them too. And the benefit of this would be that it will bring them closer to Islam. When a Muslim relative, when they will see that, oh, he's a Muslim and he's giving me gifts, he's being nice to me, it will inshallah make him closer to Islam, and you will become this gift, this $5, $10 gift will become the reason for that person's Islam. $5 is buying you that person's Islam. It's worth it, right? So give gifts to non-Muslims, it will get them closer to Islam, inshallah. And that person's, all of his a'mal, all of his good deeds will come in this person's reward too. You know, a person, hadith mentions that whenever a person becomes a reason for someone else's good deed, the one who guided him gets the reward too. You tell someone to pray salah. Whatever salah he prays, you getting the reward too. You made someone else Muslim, whatever deeds he will do now, the one who brought him to Islam is getting all of those rewards too. So this is a great sadaqah jariyah for us. A great sadaqah jariyah. Sometimes we will buy a Quran for someone to read. Whatever Quran he's reading, yes, you get the reward for that. But you're making someone a Muslim. You're not just getting the reward for his Quran. You're getting the reward for every single deed that he will do. Any dua he will make, any tasbih he will do, any Quran, any salah, and hajj, umrah, whatever he does, you're getting the reward for all of those. So Umar radiallahu anhu sent this gift to his non-Muslim brother, and this is what Imam Bukhari rahimahullah is focusing in this chapter, and that is that we should be sending gifts to non-Muslims. And then the next chapter Imam Bukhari rahimahullah brings Babun ta'allamu min ansabikum ma tasiluna bihi arhamakum. Learn your lineage. This is an important ruling here. Learn your nasab, your lineage. Ma tasiluna bihi arhamakum, those that will connect you to your relatives. You know, if someone does not know who his uncle is, who his grandmother is, who those relatives are, how will he be connected with those relatives? How will he be able to be kind to his relatives? So sila rahmi, connecting the relationships, a person can only do it if he knows those relatives. So this is why it's important that we all learn who our relatives are. Learn the lineage. Learn, you know, a lot of times people don't know their great-grandfather. And this is very common. Great-grandfather, a lot of people won't know their name, their great-grandmother's name, or someone that's a little bit that distance away, a lot of people don't know those relatives. So this is important. Ansabikum, learn the lineage. And only because of this, a person can find out his relatives and he will be able to join those relationships. And there are many benefits by knowing your lineage, by knowing your relatives. Number one, of course, sometimes a person wants to get married. And if he does not know who are halal for him to marry, who are permissible for him to marry, and who are not permissible, he won't know that until he knows his relatives. Is that your stepsister? Is that your aunt? All of these depend, knowing this depends if the nikah is permissible or not. So this is one benefit, that a person will be protected from marrying someone that he's not supposed to be marrying. And it could be possible, and this happened once. There's an incident mentioned in the hadith from the time of Sahaba radiallahu anhum, that a person, a man and woman, they got married, and a woman comes to this man and he says, "Oh, you got married to that woman? I breastfed both of you. You both are brother sisters, foster brother sisters. You both drank my milk." And these two people did not know. So they went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, "Ya Rasulullah, that woman, she's claiming that she is our foster mother, and we are both brother sisters." Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam then said, he separated that nikah. He said, "How can you be married when someone is telling you that you're brother sisters?" So this is important, that we know who our relatives are, especially the ones that are not commonly famous and people don't know. We should preserve those ones, the foster ones, the cousins, and those ones that normally people don't discuss. Those are important to know. Number one benefit would be that We will know who we're allowed to marry and who we're not allowed to marry. Nikah purpose. Second benefit would be that we will be able to connect with those relatives. If we don't know those relatives, how are we going to connect? And how are we going to give them their rights? Every relative has his rights. Mother has the most right. Father has the next right. And then the other uncles and aunts, grandfather, grandmother, they all have rights. We have to take care of them, especially if they're in need, especially if they are hungry, especially if they are homeless. We have more right for those relatives. If we don't know those relatives, how are we going to be giving them their huquq, their rights? So this is the second benefit of learning our lineage and our knowing our relatives, is that we can pay them their huquq, their rights. And number 3 benefit that will be mentioned in this hadith is that sometimes a person likes to take revenge for something that the person has done, because of knowing that he is my relative, he will forgive and he will not take revenge. This is a third benefit, that someone's done something wrong to you and you want to teach him a lesson, you want to make sure that he doesn't do it again. If he was a stranger, you would have probably taught him a nice lesson. But after you found out that, he is from my mother's family, or he's related to my grandfather's brothers, and so once you find out that he is related to you, you might not do anything harmful to him, and you'll forgive him. So many benefits of knowing your relatives and keeping that, preserving that lineage, and knowing all of these, all of your relatives. This is important. So the hadith Imam Bukhari rahimahullah is bringing here, جبير بن مطعم رضي الله عنه أخبره أنه سمع عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه يقول على المنبر: تعلموا أنسابكم ثم صلوا أرحامكم والله إنه لا يكون بين الرجل وبين أخيه الشيء ولو يعلم الذي بينه وبينه من داخلة الرحم لأوزعه ذلك عن انتهاكه. That Umar radiallahu anhu, once on the minbar, he was giving a lecture. Right? Nowadays, we don't use a minbar for normal lecture, we only use it for Jummah. But in those days, they used to give all of their lectures standing on the minbar. And there's nothing wrong with that. Standing on top, so then the crowd can see and hear properly. They would give all of their bayans and lectures and announcements by standing on the top of the minbar. So Umar radiallahu anhu, he's making some announcements. He goes on top of the minbar and he says, what is the announcement he's making? تَعَلَّمُوا أَنْسَابَكُمْ. That all of you learn your lineage, learn your nasabs. Why? ثُمَّ صِلُوا أَرْحَامَكُمْ. Then you will connect with your relatives. If you don't know your nasab, your lineage, you will not be able to connect with them. So the benefit of it is learn the nasab so that you can connect with those relatives. Wallahi innahu la yakunu bayna ar-rajuli wa bayna akhihi shay. Sometimes, he says, Umar radiallahu anhu saying, sometimes there is some hatred between you and your Muslim brother. Some discomfort, some hate with your Muslim brother. And if this person knew the relationship with that person, it would prevent him from taking revenge from that person. So this is a benefit that we just learned. The third benefit, that because of knowing their relationship, the person will not take revenge and not harm that person. Because there are so many huquq, so many rights for the relatives, that a person, when he remembers all of those importance of joining the relationships, when a person knows all of those, anytime a relative does something wrong, he will automatically just forgive, because of all of those huquq and rights that relative has. So he will never take revenge. And next hadith is pretty similar. عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنه أنه قال احفظوا أنسابكم تصلوا أرحامكم. Abdullah bin Abbas radiallahu anhu is telling the people that preserve your lineage. Sometimes people, you will see them write them down. They will have a family tree and they will preserve that this is my father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and they have the whole lineage. I don't know if people have this nowadays. It's not common, at least. Rarely you'll find someone that has their lineage going to like 15th or 20th or past those grandfather. But nowadays people just, if they know 2, 3, they know a lot, right? So Abdullah bin Abbas was saying, preserve your nasab, preserve the lineage, so that you can connect with your relatives. فإنه لا بعد بالرحم إذا قربت وإن كانت بعيدة. There will be no distance from the relatives if the person connects with them, even if they are far relatives. Great, or cousins, like someone that's pretty far, that we don't even consider that he is that he's your relative, someone that's pretty far, right? If you connect with those people and you send them gifts, you look after them, even though it's a far relative, but it will be as if you are close to each other. The distance of the relationship will make you closer if you connect with that person. And opposite, وَلَا قُرْبَ بِهَا إِذَا بَعُدَتْ وَإِنْ كَانَتْ قَرِيبَةً. If the relationship is close, it's direct cousin, it's a father, it's a mother, very close relative. If you are not connected with them, they are as if they're far relatives, far away from you. So وَكُلُّ رَحِمٍ آتِيَةٌ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Abdullah bin Abbas radiallahu anhu then mentions an important rule here, and that is that every relationship, close or far relationship, any relationship, will come on the day of Qiyamah. What does it mean? It will come on the day of Qiyamah, meaning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, out of His qudra, out of His power, will give a form, a shape to every relationship. The relationship of a son and mother, son and father, son and uncle, the person and his uncle, his aunt, grandfather, all of those relationships, they will come in a form. And as if there's 50 people standing, and these 50 are not people, they're actually relationships. They're given a specific form. They will all come on the day of judgment, أمام صاحبها, in front of that person. So there's a person standing, and there's 50 relationships, whichever form they are in, they will be standing in line in front of this person. And what will they do now? Each one of them, each one of those relationships will either witness تشهد له بصلة إن كان وصلها. It will witness to Allah for this person that, Ya Allah, this person did connect me with that person. Or it will witness against that person. So whichever relatives we have connected with, we have joined the relationship, they will witness for us. And those that we broke the relationships, they will witness against us that, Ya Allah, this person broke my connection with that person. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to join the relationships, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from breaking the relationships. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. I think there's a brother here who is going to accept shahada, inshallah. Inshallah. Brother, you can come forward, inshallah. So the procedure would be that we'll be reciting a few words, and then you can repeat after me. First we'll do the Arabic, and then don't worry, it'll be easy. I'll do word to word, inshallah, slow and easy, inshallah, and you can repeat one word after me in the Arabic, and then after that we'll do the translation of that too. So Bismillah. First, Ashhadu Allah ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. I bear witness that there is none worthy of worship besides Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his servant and his messenger. MashaAllah. You are now in the fold of Islam. MashaAllah. Mubarak.
I just want to say thank you for very much for this occasion. This gentleman is a very nice person. He learned, mashallah,